on the femininity lessons. I see you have enjoyed my personal story of feminism. That video is getting a bit of love. The one that's not getting so much love is the one that follows. It's the history of feminism, the good, the bad. I was going to do the ugly or the complexities of feminism, but I am listening to you, the views talk. So I see you're not, it's like I'm dragging you. So I don't want to drag you. Let me rather pivot back to how we started, which is feminine energy, what it means to be a woman who's in her femininity, how we go back or how we remember that we are not men. We might have masculinity because femininity and masculinity are energies. Please get used to me saying this because I am going to sound like a broken record. While femininity and masculinity are energies, while I, as a woman, a person in a female body, have masculinity as an energy, my skin, my essence is that of a custodian of a feminine energy. And we have not been living in a feminine energy for reasons I have given in the previous videos, why we are in our masculine, the environment, the system, the capitalism, the patriarchy, you name it, and also the fact that we needed to survive. So masculinity, we wear it because we survive, and we are wearing masculinity to survive, if you really think about it, because the workplace requires the masculine energy. Nothing wrong with it. It's just how it is. The workplace, being a businesswoman, being a provider, being a protector, particularly in the context of South African women, who most of us are single mothers, or we are the main people who are looking after the children. So you have to provide and protect your children, which means you must be in what? In your masculine. In fact, the mother energy itself is a masculine energy, and it's a complexity and a nuance that I will touch in another video. I have sort of touched on it before, but I will give it its due space in a separate video and unpack what being a mother is, because being a mother is not the same as being a woman. Being a mother is an archetype. That's why a mother is an archetype. A woman is not an archetype, but a mother is an archetype. And what is an archetype? Story for another video. I will teach you these things as we go along. So that's why motherhood or mother is an archetype. Father is an archetype, but man is not an archetype and woman is not an archetype. And we will unpack all those things. Hanago insa iya. For now, for today, I wanted to talk about what a woman who has stepped into her feminine looks and feels like and sounds like and behaves like, because very often we are surface about it. Here's what we assume femininity is, or a woman in her feminine is. We assume a feminine woman is a woman with long hair. In the form of Black women, we assume it's the women who are wearing weaves and wigs. We assume femininity is a woman who's always in makeup, who has her nails done. I don't do my nails very much because when I have my nails done, when I have Q-tex, or I've never put fake nails ever, I don't feel myself. I don't feel myself. It's like when I'm wearing a wig or when I'm wearing a weave, I don't feel like myself, which I'll probably explain some other time. So we assume that if you have a weave, if you have wig, if you have beautiful makeup, if you look aesthetically beautiful, if you have nails, you are in your feminine. It is part of it. It is part of it because beauty, which I did not mention when I was mentioning qualities of femininity. I mean, I didn't mention all of them. But beauty is a quality of feminine. Whenever you appreciate beauty or you adorn yourself with beauty, beautiful garments, beautiful face, beautiful things, it is a feminine trait. And in mythology, the character that embodied beauty is Venus, also known as Aphrodite, also known as the lover archetype, which I will unpack a bit later. For now, just stay with me. I'm giving you the overview. And so we assume that beauty is feminine, which it is, but it's surface. It's the tip of the iceberg. And then we also assume that taking a bubble bath on a Sunday is being feminine. It is part of it, but there's more to it than that. And so today I want to just touch on a few. I don't think I'll get to all of them. We're going to be here for a while. So I'm going to touch on those that might surprise you, some feminine qualities that might surprise you. A woman who is in her femininity, who is embodying and owning up to her feminine energy. How does she look like? How does she sound like? How does she behave like? And so I want to just take you through a few of those, and I hope they just make you rethink how you've been assuming femininity is, or make you learn, make you know what we're talking about when we're talking about this energy. And you will see how completely different it is to a masculine energy, but it is not necessarily its opposite. It's not opposing masculinity. It is complementing. It is bringing a very interesting energy, because femininity is very mysterious. Femininity is a dark energy. And when I say dark, a lot of people actually think, when we say woman, feminine energy is the darkness, while masculine energy is the light, they think it's the whole patriarchal misogyny, oppression. It's not. And I'll use the celestial bodies as a metaphor. So I always talk about the sun as a masculine energy, and everybody agrees. I think we all agree. So the sun appears in the day, and the sun brings what? It brings light. So masculine energy is light. It's initiation. It's the beginning of the day. It's the start. And then feminine energy is the dark. It's the night. It is a creature of the night. It is the moon. It is mysterious. It is enchanting. But the darkness does not mean that there's no light. I mean, it brings out the stars. It shows you the galaxy. It shows you the cosmos. It shows you the moon and its enchanting nature. And the dark is where the truths are normally revealed. The darkness is where creativity and life truly happens. If you think of the seed, when we bury the seed, we bury it way in the darkness, and then it will bloom later. So the darkness is a birthing place. You think of the womb, it is dark. It's in the dark space. So feminine energy is dark, and feminine energy is, and again, I want to emphasize, not dark as in negative. I know we don't have enough words in the English language to explain some of these things, but just take it from me. It is a beautiful dark. It is not the dark of negativity. And if you want to go even further, even back into deep teachings in mythology, in the beginning, everything was dark. It was just darkness. And there was a spirit hovering over the waters. In the beginning, there was the woman. In the beginning, there was the feminine energy. And then what did the creator say? Let there be light. And then the masculine energy came on. Am I going too deep for you guys? I didn't actually think I'll go this deep. And that's what happens every time I don't look at my notes. So let me look at my notes and then maybe tell you um, what the feminine energies are, or a woman in her feminine, or a woman who embodies her feminine energy feels, looks like, behaves like. I hope you enjoyed that whole deeper teaching there. And if you are interested in those type of teachings and that type of depth, do join my Patreon community. You can see the poster here on the screen. You just simply go to and it's also here on my bio. On the bio, click on that link and then just join the community. I cannot attach it on my show notes because I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. YouTube does not allow links on comments yet until the channel grows. But just go on my bio and click there and join Patreon if you're interested in deep teachings. So let us do the traits of a woman who is in her feminine. Because I went where I didn't plan to go, I will do maybe 3. Let's just do 3 traits of an embodied a feminine woman, a woman who sits comfortably in her feminine, who embodies it well. And when you embody your feminine well, you will embody your masculine well. If you don't embody your feminine well, you also don't embody masculinity well, which again, it's a deep teaching I will explain some other time. Okay, trait number 1, a woman who is in her feminine. It is a woman who is comfortable with silences and slowing down. It is a woman who understands the beauty and the joys of just slowing down. When I was hustling, when I was an entrepreneur, in my 20s, 30s, and even when I started, in my coaching and teaching business, there was this rush about me. I used to just do everything fast. I would walk fast. I would talk fast. Well, not really talk fast, but Everything had a particular speed. And that speed, much as it feels like, we're now urgent, you don't have time to waste, it is also anchored in masculine energy, because masculine energy is about results, results, results. Go, go, go. Do. Quickly. Let's get there. Get to the point. No dilly-dally. Is it black? Is it white? Is it yes? Is it no? I had that energy in me. And to a certain extent, I still have it, but I know when to use it and when not to use it. I had a problem with people who are slow. I used to have a problem with people who stroll on the road. And I remember one of my teachers, one of my greatest, beautiful women, who is also a spiritual teacher to me, Mema Chilo Motsei, I'm sure you know her, who said, sometimes just slow down, just deliberately walk slow from one room to the other. Just walk nice and slow, nice and slow. When you slow down, you let your nervous system and you let your emotional body that things are safe. Remember, in one of the videos, I said the feminine does not come out when it's not safe. It has to be safe for a feminine energy to rise up. But when it's rushing, it assumes that the masculine is in charge, and therefore, there's no need. Okay. So once you slow yourself down, once you walk slow, and maybe even talk slow, maybe even read slow, you are in a way telling your nervous system that we are fine, we are safe, we are okay. And only when you've slowed down enough do you then step into the second thing that is a feminine trait. You tap into your intuition. You tap into what maybe had happened that day. Maybe something happened in a meeting, or something happened with someone that didn't really sit right, but because you were in your head, in your logic, and wholly busy, you can't make sense of it. Once you've slowed down enough and you tap into your intuition, and an answer or a knowing or a solution to some of those things naturally come up. And I'm not saying this will happen immediately, you start slowing down. It might take a few um, it might take a few times of you deliberately slowing down, because these energies need to trust you. They need to trust that we are safe in your body. Femininity needs to know that I am safe in this body, because it is an energy that rises. So you may have to try this several times. Have rituals, for an example. How I began slowing down was also with taking a bath, with showering. I used to be one of those women that shower very fast. And showering very fast is one thing. But I would also just, when I like it's a solution. Yes, sis, it would actually irritate me that why am I not doing this fast enough? And when I started slowing down, I actually literally just enjoyed just buttering my body with oils, with lotion. And also because I have very dry skin, I have eczema. So my skin does need a lot of care and attention. And when I began the process of slowing myself down, which began around 2021, 2022, I deliberately said, I cannot live like this. I need to embrace other energies. I need to embrace my true femininity, excuse me. And I would just sasa that lotion nice and slow. And then that bled into how I cook. Because I'm a cook, I'm a nurturer by nature, which is a quality of femininity that I'm comfortable in. And I started cooking slower. And how did I start cooking slower? I would use one stuff personality, let's say four. I would just use one burner, and I would cook the rice first, finish, and then I'd cook whatever veg, and I'd cook the protein, or vice versa, whichever I start with. But I avoided this thing of putting 3 pots at a go, and everything is bubbling away. Like a crazy chef in a busy restaurant. And I slowed down the cooking. And then I slowed down. I used to read slow vele, but I slowed down even more. And slowly you start getting comfortable with silences, getting comfortable with a slower pace of certain things. And then the wisdom and the intuition and how you reason and how you think about people's problems, especially for me, who work with individuals, who work with people's problems. A new intuitive response to some of the things I've heard in coaching sessions or in gatherings. I would have a nice knowing, and I would know that it is from the feminine wisdom, from the feminine magic. And I would give someone, I would phone them or text them and like, this is what's coming up, or this is what's happening. And so you slow down, and the slowing down will lead you to this intuition that we speak about. And that slowing down will also lead to better dreams at night. When you're sleeping, your dream world will just show completely different stuff. The dreamers, in as much as in the Bible, most of the dreamers were also men, but the dreamers, come up with beautiful dreams that impact your family, are women, but it's all starts with slow down. Slowing down will lead to intuition. And maybe let's do the second one, and then I can just wrap it up. We'll continue with the next video. So the second one is learn to receive and to receive well. To know that a woman is embodied in her femininity and is owning her space in the feminine energy when she receives and opens up and receives well. I mean, it starts with the simple. I mean, everybody talks about just accept and receive a compliment. You look beautiful, Auslebu. Thank you. Full stop. No, thank you. Ke rekile ko kae? Hey, yeah, the whole, oh, no, and it's actually not that old. It's actually old. Thank you. I also love it. The commentary. Stop the commentary. Just say, thank you very much. I appreciate, and move on. So that's a compliment. But you start with a compliment and then you receive help. Someone is saying, can I do this for you? I would appreciate that. Thank you very much. Can I open your door? If you have a husband or a partner wants to open your door, your car door, receive it. If someone makes something easy for you, receive it. And pay attention as well to, your receiving energy. Someone gives way to you instead of them rushing through. Thank you. See it, notice it, and receive it. Someone stands up for you in the house train so that you see it, notice it, receive it. Learn to receive in the ordinary spaces. That will open up for you to receive in the invisible spaces where you receive abundance, you receive care, you receive deep nature, you receive deep, deep love from God, your ancestors. You receive messages. You receive very well. Receiving is an innate feminine trait, the same way that giving is an innate masculine trait. You need to receive, and you need to receive well. A woman who receives well is a woman in her feminine. And there's a difference, though, between receiving and taking, because that's toxic. So toxic receiving or is taking, which I'll talk about maybe in the next video. But receiving well is receiving with grace and doing something with whatever you have received it. You transform it and you transmute it, and it changes you and it changes the people around you. Receiving a compliment that you look great makes you do more of those things, or makes you dress that particular way even more. Not so that you people please or other people's opinion matters, but you've received it, and you've not only received it, it is doing something in you. That is femininity at its core. It receives, it transmutes, it changes, it alchemizes, it is magical, it is mysterious, it is beautiful. And so those are the two I will leave you with, because I went on to a deep tangent today. I hope you appreciated it. I hope it shows the other teacher side of me, and or the coachy side of me. And we continue with feminine traits or feminine energy with the next video. And yes, this is my story. I cannot wait to hear yours.